I think it depends on the culture or um, how the people are being raised. Yeah, so yeah, it depends. Like for you, Sue is a Korean name, right? Hello? Uh-huh. And it work now? I mean, your name Sue is a
Hello.
Korean name, right?
Hi.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
So you don't have
Hello. Oh, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but it's quite. Yeah, it's okay. All right. So, hello, Han. Good evening. How are you today?
Today is great. What about you?
It's good too. Thank you for asking. So, how was your school today? Did something interest? Excuse me. Did something interesting happen at school today?
No.
Oh, not really. All right. So just the usual?
Yes.
Okay. By the way, did you already eat your dinner?
Not yet.
All right. But what are you going to have for dinner? What are you going to have for dinner? Can you hear me?
Now I don't know.
Oh, you don't know yet. All right. So what time did you get home?
1 hour ago.
1 hour ago. So what did you do today after you came at home?
Um, at home I do my homework.
Did you already finish your homework?
Not yet.
Do you have a lot of homeworks to do?
Yeah.
All right, that's you can do it. All right. So now we are going to move to lesson 10, and our topic for reading is about education. Can you please read it?
Education.
Yes. Do you think education is important?
Yeah.
And tell me why education important? Mhm. Why is education important?
It uh it play an important role. It
Mhm.
play an important role for each pupil.
Mm-hmm. Because
It it can teach me many things as a book and about the life.
yes, very good. It can teach us everything. All right. So education is very important. Now, can you please read the vocabulary?
Yes. Professional, theory, private school, state school, academy route, core educational, degree, certificate,
Mm-hmm.
diploma,
Mm-hmm.
ap- apprenticeship,
A, a presentation.
apprenticeship,
education,
Mhm.
humanity,
Again, humanity.
humanity,
Mhm.
science, facility,
Facility.
facility,
Uh-huh.
course, woodwork,
Mhm.
textile,
Mhm. All right. Another one.
hairdressing, roofing, get on the job training, specialize in,
Specializes in.
specializes in
Hold on. This one.
plumbing,
Okay. So you are going to read it as plumbing. Silent letter B. All right. Again.
yeah, plumbing,
Uh-huh. Okay. So now I want you to read this. 16. What now?
you are thinking and finally you can leave school. By now you are probably sick of teachers, tests and exams, but don't just run for the exit. You need to think carefully about what to do next. If you want a professional career, you will need to go to university and get a degree. To do that, you need to stay at high school for another 2 weeks 2 years, but you needn't stay at the same place. There are several options in the District of
North Care.
North Care,
I'm sorry for this. It was wrong. Continue.
St. Leopold School has the best pass grade of all the high schools in the district. It offers a wide range of subjects in the humanities and science. St. Leopold is, of course, a private school, so may be too expensive for you. But don't worry, there are several other options if you want to flo- follow
Follow.
the academy route. Follow knowledge. Our
No.
school is a state school,
Continue.
no, so there are no fees, and it's exciting. It's a
Excellent.
boys' school, excellent tuition and facilities. It's a boys' school from the age of 11 to 16. It's from 16 to 18. It's co-educational, based, selective, so you will have to pass an exam to get it. If you are interested in going into business, check out Wild River Academy. This school specializes specializes in subjects like business studies, management, and economics. If you prefer to ask what the course of the offer at North Care College, here you can study woodwork, art, textiles, and much more. North Care College is also offers a wide range of vocational qualifications. You can do a 1 year certificate
Certificate.
or 2 year diploma in subjects like electric, plumbing, roofing, and hairdressing. If you prefer to work outdoors, work near the college where there are courses in farm mechanics,
Mechanics.
land management, animal management, and much more. A final option is to get an apprenticeship
Apprenticeship. In this one, it's apprenticeship.
apprenticeship with a local or national company. You will work on the job training, gain certificate or diplomas, and start earning straight away. But the workplaces are limited. Find out more other job fair in 26 May at North Care College.
Before we continue this, let's answer first the questions and answers. Hold on. All right. Now let's have an exercises based on what you read. Again, answer the questions below. First, read the question or the sentence and tell me your answer. All right?
The aim of the
The aim.
article, the aim of the article is to tell young people about the options available.
So let's see. The aim of the article is to, yeah, we will check it later. How about number 2?
The article applies readers who want a professional career to go to high school for 2 more years, then get a degree.
Okay, so let's see if you got all the correct answers. Very good. Number 1, the aim of the article is to tell young people about the options available. And number 2, very good. The article advises readers who want a professional career to go to high school for 2 years, then get a degree. Okay. Now let's continue. Please read 3 and 4, then answer.
SC Levels is the best school for humanities and science.
Humanities and sciences. How about number
So
4?
you can only attend SC level school if you
Mhm. If you
pass an exam.
Uh-huh. All right. So let's see. Oh. So number 3, St. Leopold's is the best school for good exam results. Uh-huh. And number 4, you can only attend St. Leopold's School if you pass an exam. Okay, as you can see, you have to pay the tuition fees. Before that, hold on, let us see. As you can see, St. Leopold's School has the best pass rate of all the high schools in the district. It offers a wide range of subjects in the humanities and sciences. St. Leopold's is, of course, a private school, so may be too expensive for you. So, again, St. Leopold's is expensive because so that you can only you can only attend St. Leopold's School if you pay tuition fees. Because again, when you go to the private school, then you have to really be prepared in terms of money. Because in private school, what do they need is for you to pay a tuition. And St. Leopold's is the best school for the good grades, for the good exam results. They have the high rates for that. Did you get it?
Yeah,
Okay. How about the private school in Vietnam? Is it really expensive? What is your school? Is it a public or private school?
yeah. I can't hear you.
Ah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Uh-huh. What is your school? Is it private or public school?
it's not a private school.
It's a private school. All right, so for sure it's expensive too, correct? Do you know how much is your tuition fee?
Yeah,
Uh-huh. How much is your
mm,
tuition fee?
it's 5 million thousand dollars.
Oh, five. Hold on, let me see. 5 million. Well, that's quite expensive, really. Hold on. In for the semester?
Yeah,
Oh, hold on. Let me check. I think it's quite expensive. All right. Okay. So let me see. I'm searching for. Oh, yeah. It's quite expensive. All right. So let's continue. Please read number 5 and number 6, and then tell me your answer.
you can only attend a grammar school if you are a boy.
Uh huh. Number 6.
What is the problem with apprenticeship?
Do you know what is
They,
apprenticeships?
yeah,
Ah, all right. What is that? What is that?
is like the education.
Again, it's like a.
It's the way we study.
Mhm. All right. So apprenticeships. That's usually I don't know in Vietnam. All right, but here in the Philippines, apprenticeships or on-the-job training is the it is when you have to work in some company as your training before you will fully graduate from the course you take. For example, uh, my major is teaching, and before I will graduate, the last sem before I graduate is the apprenticeship. I have to work for a school to teach students to practice my knowledge on teaching before I will fully graduate. Did you understand?
Yeah,
Are you familiar with that activity? Like before you graduate, you have to work. You have to
yeah.
practice. Yeah, so that is apprenticeship or on-the-job training. All right. So what is your answer? What is your problem with apprenticeships?
If there are few available,
There are a few available. Okay, let's see. Oh, number 5. You can only attend no grammar school if you pass an exam. And number 6, very good. What is the problem with apprenticeships? There are few available. There are few company who accepts a student for apprenticeship. All right. So still you get the correct answer for number 6. All right. So let's continue. Mhm. And this one. You think you can remember this? Mhm. Give the best suggestion to these people by using the form of the first oh, not yet this. All right, so we are already done in this one. So we will now going to learn about the new structures. First, we are going to learn first conditional sentence. The first conditional sentence is talk about things which are possible in the present or future. It generally used for things may happen. For example, you have to use if plus subject plus verb or plus subject plus will or won't plus a verb with ing. It's supposed to be ing. This is an example. Can you please read?
Yeah. If it's rain, you will get wet. If Sally is late again, I will be mad. If you don't hurry, you will miss the bus.
Uh, how will you know that it's a conditional sentence? What
It
word?
has if and
Yes.
will plus verb.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Just look at the word if, okay? The conditional sentence contains if. It is our conditional word. But sometimes you can reverse the order of the clauses. If the if clause comes first, a comma is usually used. Look at this. In the sentence, if is the first word. So you can see there's a comma, all right? If the if clause comes second, there is no need for a comma. For example, this one. You will get wet if it rains. Can you notice? If the first word is if,
Yes.
then it should follow by if with a conditional sentence. But if it's on the second, then you don't need to put comma. Did you understand? Can you give me
Yeah.
can you give me one examples for conditional sentence with the if is on the first clause? Okay, and then the
Yeah.
second, can you give me?
Um, if the weather is nice, I will go swimming tomorrow.
I will go. I will go.
Swimming tomorrow.
Okay, you can say I will swim more.
Yeah.
If the weather is nice, I will swim more. Mm-hmm.
I will swim continuously.
Okay, and give me another one, which is the if clause is on the second.
Mm, the fish will die if the water is polluted.
Very good. If the water. Good job. So very good. Now let's continue. Yeah, as you can see here, this is the one that has no comma. Oops. Can you please read this?
You will get wet if it's rain.
Mm-hmm.
I will be mad if Sally is late again.
Mm-hmm.
You will miss the bus if you don't hurry.
Yes, very good. And another one. We use may or might to say that the future event is possible, but not definite or not still sure. All right, for example, please read.
If you need someone to help you book, I might be able to help.
Mm-hmm. So as you can see here, I might be able to help. So again, we use may or might to say that the future event is possible, but not definite. All right. So, binabasa lang ako. Can you give me an example?
Mm,
You can use may or might, your choice.
mm. If he if he had if he had enough money,
If he
he
has,
might buy a car.
very good. He might buy a car. Very good. Good job. Now let's continue. Unless or if not, if you don't study hard, you will fail the exam or you'll fail the exam. You can use also unless. Unless you study hard, you'll fail the exam. So this one is a positive one or a positive form. But if you can see unless or if you don't or if subject plus not, it's a negative form. Can you please read the example again?
If you don't study hard, you will fail the exam. Unless you study hard, you will fail the exam.
All right. Can you give me an example for the negative form?
If you don't eat less, you will get fat.
Very good. If you don't eat less, you will get
You will
fat.
get fat.
Is this what you said? You will get fat?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Very good. Uh-huh. I have a question. Do you already have this lesson at school?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why it's so easy for you. Very good. Because some of my students really hard to have time making sentences. Okay, so now let's continue. Please read this. Oh, hold on. Sometimes we use be going to instead of will in the main clause. This is done to emphasize a certain result. For example,
I'm going to give £20 if you fix my computer for me.
mhm. So again, they use be going to instead of will. This is to emphasize a certain result. Can you give me an example using this structure?
I'm going to send her an invitation.
Again, I'm going to.
Send her an invitation.
Ah, give her an invitation.
If I find her address,
Oh, very good. If I find her address. Is my address correct?
yes,
Thank you. Yes, very good. I'm going to give her an invitation if I find her address. Very good. All right, now let's continue. We are already done with this. Hold on. We're not gonna move that. All right, this one. Put the verbs in the brackets in the correct tense. Okay, so here are the verbs. So you have to try to correct this. Right? Can you please read number 1 and tell me your answer?
yes. If you study hard, you will pass the exam.
Again, if
You study hard.
uh, there's an I. If I,
If I study hard, I will pass the exam.
oh, this is so ugly. Hold on. Yeah, you are correct. If I study hard, I will pass the exams. Very good. Number 2.
If the sun shines, we will walk to the town.
Oh, again, what is your answer?
If the sun shines, we will walk to the town.
Okay, so if the sun shines, we will walk to the town. It has an S. If the sun shines, we will walk to the town. All right. Number 3.
If he has a temperature, will see the doctor.
So in number 3, if he has a temperature, he will see the doctor. Still very good. Number 4.
If my friends come, I will be very happy.
Very good. If my friends come, I will be very happy. Number 5.
If she earns a lot of money, she will fly to New York.
The answer is if she earns a lot of money, she will fly to New York. So you have the correct answer here. Good job. And the last number.
If we travel to London, we will visit the museum.
Very good. If we travel to London, we will visit the museums. Very good. All right, so we are already done with this topic. So we are now moving to the next one. All right, hold on. Do you still have an English class at school?
Yeah,
And how is it? Do you love the your class at school, your English class at school?
yeah,
Mm. Do you think English is helpful for you?
yeah.
Why?
Mm, if we know English, we can know many things. We can communicate with other people. We can know the culture of the other cities.
Yes, very good. Because again, English is our universal language, so it's really important that you can understand English too. All right. So our lesson 11 is shopping. All right. When was the last time you went to the mall?
I don't remember. It's a long time.
Really? Why don't
Yeah,
go? Why don't go to malls anymore?
because I study all the way.
Mm. I guess I don't know. I think Vietnam students right now is quite busy. Why is that?
Yeah,
Do you have an upcoming examination again?
Every week we have examination.
Every week? Why every week?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh, for each subject, it has examination 15 minutes, 45 minutes, or 19 minutes, and all the subjects we have to study very hard.
Oh, that is so hard. So you are really what do you call this? You are really focusing on the study right now, and even though going to mall you can't do. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Is this really the time you are going to have the exams? This time of the year?
yeah.
All right, so now let's continue. Vocabulary. Can you please read this?
Shopping mall,
Shopping mall.
shopping mall,
Mm-hmm.
located,
Mm-hmm.
motorway, convenience, measure, where, meter, head, department store,
Uh-huh.
chemist,
Chemist.
store, doctor, chemist,
Uh-huh.
store, doctor,
Mhm.
baker, fish manager,
Mhm.
greengrocer, hardware,
Mhm.
laboratory,
Mhm.
quickie,
Quirky.
bulky, independent, upmarket, I don't know,
Boutique.
boutique, wheeler,
Jeweler.
jeweler,
Mhm.
antique,
Antique.
antique,
Red.
furniture, showground, couch,
Court.
hot, cushion,
Cuisine.
machine,
Again, cuisine.
machine,
Slowly. Cuisine.
machine,
Better.
arena, bowling alley,
Bowling alley.
bowling alley,
Mhm.
butcher,
Uh-huh.
purchase.
Very good. All right. So, Haan, it's already our time. So we will just going to continue our lesson next week. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm. So thank you so much for tonight, Haan, and see you again. Bye bye.
bye.
Good night.